You right there, ladies and gents, how is it going? I am out with NooBiker. This is his first time trail riding, taking him out on some easy Surrey lanes, and yeah, he's got this Royal Enfield. He's running the stock tyres, so another reason for keeping it easy. It is raining, so it's going to be a bit slimy, I think. We're just about to come into a storm, so today is the best day for us to get out and do this. But as you can see, I'm on my Tuareg 660, and yeah, Royal Enfield Himalayan for Noob. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Do go follow his channel. I'll put links up in the corners either now or in a bit or whatever, but there'll also be a link at the end of the video and down in the description below. He's got this Royal Enfield and he's also got a Kawasaki. He does the IEM stuff and all that sort of thing, and all round good guy. But yeah, hopefully I'll not kill him, because then I'll not have any content for you to go and watch. But anyway, trail riding, let's go.
Keep that bar. Rubber side down.
Right, so we are on the first trail. I haven't done the Surrey loop for ages and ages. We are missing out some of the more trickier bits, but that's mainly because of his tyre selection rather than anything else. But yeah, we might do them later on, depending on how well he gets on. As you can see, there's a few walkers and doggos and possibly horses about today, so we'll be minding our P's and Q's and stuff, and not annoying anyone too much, hopefully. Thank you. So yeah, this is Noob's introduction to trail riding, or sort of, anyway. It's his introduction to trail riding on his Himalayan. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think it's really awesome that people give this sort of stuff a go, because it's so rewarding. Thank you. This trail used to always feel quite wide, but the summer, the wet summer we've had, it's got lots of overgrowth. Could really do with someone coming down with hedge trimmers. Not the skinniest one we'll be doing though, certainly not. Nice easy one to start with. So we're going down along there. It's really easy, same sort of stuff as we've just done, but then we're going to be turning right, and previously when I've been down the way to the right, it's been a bit slimy underneath, so just mind what your tyres are telling you and stuff like that. I was expecting this one to be slimy because we have had a bit of rain, but at the moment it's okay, so it's good news for Noob. I do hope that we do have some muckier stuff later on in the ride, just because it's a good experience to try different surfaces and terrains and things like that, and that way you get to find out how your tyres perform and all that sort of stuff, don't you, when you haven't experienced it before on a certain bike. There's a bit of a rut in here, but the grip's okay sort of at the moment, certainly for me. Don't know how Noob's getting on. I'll have a look in my rear view mirrors in a second. Yeah, it's still tucked in behind me. Good lad. So yeah, it's very pretty around here, especially this time of year. As the colours gradually change, you get more leaves on the ground though, sadly, and they hide a multitude of sins quite often. Like all these ruts and stuff, they just fill up with leaves, so you can't actually see them. But it's not a deep rut, it's not difficult. A little bit of mud, but not slippy mud, so it's all good. It's all good. Squizzle! Squizzle, 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 stupid squizzle. So this one is just a gravel track to start with, and then we get up to a logging company, and then it's got the potential for being a bit muddy. So again, just take it easy on the throttle if grip looks a bit low, and you should be good. There might be all sorts of weirdos. There's lots of cars parked here, so there could be a lot of people. Alright, it's been so long since I've been along here. It's quite weird. It's quite weird. It's all changed quite a lot. It's all changed quite a lot, and yeah. Whereas last time I come down these ways, it was all quite muddy, but it's just not at the moment. I guess even though we've had a little bit of rain recently, it's all just soaked away into the ground. The ground must have been so dry from the heat we've had. We might have had a rubbish summer, but we certainly didn't not have warmth. We definitely had warmth. It was just very short-lived. So a while back, Noob did the off the curb experience days, trail riding around this part of the world. So he has been along these. He has been along these, because I'm sure they do all these sort of lanes on their little trips as an introduction to trail riding. But they are on Fantic 250s when they do that, whereas Himalayan, it's a bit of a bigger bike, that, a bit of a bigger bike and a bit of a lump of lard. So it is quite a transition going on to a heavier bike, even if the seat height is more accessible and stuff. But yeah, it's a good choice of bike, the Himalayan, I think, as a trail adventure-y bike. It just doesn't quite have the legs, does it, on the tarmac? Whereas this, it's got the legs, but it'd be a bit intimidating to a newbie who'd never gone green laning on a big bike before. So yeah, I guess the Himalayan or the CRF 300, 250, what have you, are good choices for people getting into it. Same as the Alp 4.0 that I had. Yeah, cracking bike. To be honest, the Alp 4.0 is such a good bike. You really, unless you want to pull wheelies and things, you never need anything more than that, really. It will do 60 mile an hour on the tarmac, and light enough for the trails, that's for sure, and better suspension and fittings than the CRF out the box. I mean, it even comes with proper knobbly tyres. Yeah, I do kind of still very much regret selling that, but I do love this, so I don't regret it that much. Saw some headlights up ahead. I don't know whether that's motorcycles or trail bicycles or what have you. Looks possibly like trail bikes, and they're having a little stop. You alright, chaps? Talking of off the curb, there's the guys that Noob went out with, the company that Noob went out with on his experience day. So yes, they do come along, these ones. This one isn't difficult, but it is the most slimy that we've been on today, so hopefully he'll get on okay with it. Today for me isn't about going mega fast or anything like that. It's about just having a nice chilled out day with Noob, and just enjoying the outdoors. It's going to be getting a lot colder soon, so yeah, it's quite nice to make the most of it before it does start frosting up in the mornings and what have you. Yeah, because then getting dressed for the ride is hard to organise, because the road stuff is cold stuff. But then when you get out on the trails, even when it's frosty, you get warm pretty quick. You do get warm pretty quick. Nice one, Noob. By the way, I'm calling him Noob because that's his channel name. I'm not calling him Noob to be offensive. Yeah, he's a NooBiker on the old internets, on the old YouTubes. Ooh, there'll be a tree down. This might be a bit greasy. That's a big old tree. Nicely done, mate, nicely done. Well, probably the slimiest bit so far, that. Just because we're going off-piste, to get around that tree there. Nice easy surface for the moment. Make the most of this, because we're coming towards some chalk, and that I will give him a little bit of a warning about when we get to the top of the hill here in a second, which is just around this cornerish. Nicely done, mate, nicely done. Oh. It's a bit nerve-wracking when you kind of have to go off-piste a little bit, because you don't know what the surface is going to be like, but thankfully someone had cut a trail through that for us, so we get round. Was the other place blocked or something? Yeah, tree was down. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just it's a big rut. I kind of struggle a little bit. Yeah, because your tyres will just spin on that sort of thing, and you'll fall into the rut. Sometimes it's easier just to let yourself go in the rut, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah. So is it better to stay on the rut or off the rut? It all depends on the rut. Okay. And you've also got to think about getting out of the rut later. So if you do go into the rut, it could get bigger and deeper, and you might not be able to get out of it when you get to the end. As we come along here, we start going downhill. It's chalk, and it is a little bit wet today. It has been graded, so it shouldn't be too bad, but it can be a little bit slippy.
Okay.
So just keep your speed down. Pez always taught me just to load the front brake just a little bit, just so it holds you. Don't pull on it any more than that, and then use your rear brake to actually slow you down. But if you've got just a little bit on the front, I don't know what yours feels like, how much feel you've got with it.
Not great. I mean, I was feeling it kind of bouncing around on this bit just now.
Yep. I mean, it's a feel thing with the front brake, but it stops the bike running away from you. It's not that steep. The only trouble with having your finger on it is it makes you more inclined to use more of it.
Yeah.
So just if you do use a little bit of front brake just to slow you, remember to stop with the rear. I guess it's better to warn and not need to have warned than to not warn and have need to have. Like I say, I haven't been down this way for a while, and it was starting to show signs of wear on all the grading that they've done, and I've no idea what the surface is going to feel like. So we will just go down slowly and that makes sure we get there in one piece, doesn't it? This bike's got so much engine braking. It's actually really good for this sort of thing. You go much steeper, the engine braking can't hold you, and the bike will run away. So you can't just use it entirely all the time, but you can use it to help. Yeah, I can feel that is a little bit slippy underfoot. Not terrifying, but as you can see, that's all chalk there now. So I'm staying in the gravelly bit because there's more grip. But as you can see, the rut is forming where the water channel's down, and on chalk it just washes all the grading away. Yeah, grip is something you don't want to lose. These things never look steep in videos, I know, and I know a lot of you guys, you do your hill climbs and what have you, scrabbling up really steep things that are almost vertical. This isn't vertical. I'm not trying to pretend it is. Houston, we have a problem. I don't know if we can get through this way or not. It looks a bit difficult. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'll not get over that, and you'll definitely not get over that. You haven't got the ground clearance. I don't know. I mean, it looked like there was a route gone through there, but it's going to be more of an enduro bike route, I think. We'll have a look, because if this is too gnarly, I'll not want to go down it, and I definitely don't think you should. I think this is going to be too much through here. Yeah, no, this is a no-go. I don't know, I'll give you a push. Right, so we've had to turn around because of another down tree. So now we've got to clamber up this chalky stuff. Yeah, thankfully the chalk isn't too wet, but it has been raining a little bit today, and has been quite a bit of water over the last few weeks with storms and stuff. So yeah, it's not 100% grip. It's not 100% grip, that's for sure. Noob's doing great. The first time I came up this place was before they'd graded it, and it was treacherous, really treacherous. It was well and truly into late autumn, and masses of wet leaves down all over it as well. So you had wet leaves over wet chalk, and Pez brought me up here. Yeah, it was a very, very slippery, treacherous ride up, that was. I think I came off twice doing that. But it's all lessons, Yeah, he's using some good lines to get around the trickier bits. He's seeing the best way to go on some of them, to get up on the bank rather than down in the rut in places. But yeah, all good. The standing up thing is a lot of it is choice, I think, on an adventure bike, certainly on the tamer lanes, just because you've got to go with what's comfortable for you. But one of the things I did when I first started trail riding in the Beta out back in 2018 or 19, whenever it was that I got that thing, was insisting to myself that I stood up for the whole thing, because it taught me that I don't need to sit down a lot, and it's made me feel that generally standing up is the happy place. Nicely done on those tyres, Noob. Nicely done on those tyres, mate. Well done, mate. Alright, so a little bit more of a backtrack, and then we'll do a bit that we were going to miss out, but it makes the most sense for the direction we're sort of heading, as it gives us easier road options, and it's only a little bit that could be splooshy. Nothing too scary. Nothing too scary. It's not the horrible bit that I made Steph go through that time. So going along here could be a little bit sloshy, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. It's the next one after it that has got the real slimy mud, but there is a little bit of this that's chewed up and slimy, and a side part where the 4x4s have gone off and just made themselves a bog of eternal stench. Yeah, that's it there. So yeah, the water's right down, actually. Water's right down, so we should be good. Easy peasy, easy peasy. And then back on the road for a bit of tarmac to get to Wolven's Lane. It's something that's very easy to forget when you've been trail riding a little while, just how tiring it can be, both mentally and physically, to be on a looser surface than you're used to. Now, Noob is a very skilled rider. He, like I said at the start, he's IAM instructor and all that sort of stuff. So he's a very skilled rider, very capable, and can learn new riding and stuff and new techniques because of having that analytical brain that was able to self-criticize and stuff like that. So I don't think he's going to be struggling with anything, but it's still take it out of you mentally and physically while you're trying to get your head around the difference in grip and how the bikes move around and stuff like that. Now, I'm very much not an expert rider, certainly not in the trails, and a lot of what I say is just from experience as opposed to anything I've been taught. So I could be talking absolute crap, but then hey, I pretty much always just talk absolute crap, don't I? So yeah, but it's just from my experience, and yeah, it just means you've got to be mindful of that when you are taking people out who haven't done a lot of trail riding or haven't done any trail riding in recent times, to make sure that they've getting themselves water breaks and are happy. He did mention earlier that he's feeling a little bit tired from standing, and that's understandable when it's an action you're not used to doing, because it's not just your legs, your thighs and whatever that get tired, it's your core muscles as well, because you move your body around a lot more when you're upright. Yeah, well, I think he's doing great. I think he's doing absolutely wonderfully, and the Himalayan is not embarrassing him at all, and nor should it. They're cracking little bikes are. I would recommend that most people change their tyres if they're going to be doing trail riding a lot, because the ones it comes with are not awesome, and British weather means that a lot of the time it's going to be pretty slimy out. We're lucky down this part of the world that it does drain reasonably well. It doesn't completely drain. Oh, he's right on my tail. I'm dallying. So we're on Wolven's Lane at the moment, and we're going to be coming back along this in a bit. We're going down here, and then we're going to be doing Pisley Lane as well. Pisley Lane's just a little bit of a place for a photo op, so I can get Noob going through a puddle, get him splashing. Always good for the old Instagrams, isn't it? Okay, so this part of the sand is okay. We might be okay. We might be all right. Might be all bedded in. I do miss how this lane used to be before they graded it. I really do. It was a lot of fun, but there was bits of it which were bike killers. Some of the ruts were so deep and full of water that yeah, I very nearly drowned my Beta in one of them. I know Pez nearly drowned his CRF, I think it was, in one of them when he had that. yeah, easily done on some of them deep water bits. But yeah, it was just so much fun. Good challenge it was, a good challenge. I was probably a bit naughty because I used to do it by myself a lot because I was familiar with it. But yeah, those ones that you can lose your bike in, you know, ideally you want to make sure you got someone else with you to help you drain the water out of it, don't you? Pheasants, pheasants, stupid pheasants. This little bit of sand here can sometimes be horrible. I'm sure we fluffed it up on purpose, but it's alright. We've had enough water. It's compacted it all. It's so pretty being in the woods. It really is. I love it. I love it. Watch out for mountain bikers though. Silly people putting all that effort into going downhill. They want an engine. Mind you, a lot of them do, don't they? They've all got their e-bikes. Always get nervous coming around here after that time that bike came down on me and didn't stop. I was very much glad for the ABS on this, that's for sure. Yeah, shot down here. You'd not believe that this was a road, would you? It's the hardest part of the day. It's the hardest part of the day. But yeah, this one is actually a road. Mentals. You'd not believe that was an actual road, would you?
Yeah.
It's mental, isn't it? Yeah. This is a lovely little lane, this bit here. It is such a nice surface. And pretty all year round. Be it snowy, frosty, springtime, summertime or autumn with the leaves down on the ground. It's just lovely along here. I really like it. It's just got that feel, that vibe of just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the vibe is of. Don't have the vocabulary for it, but I love it. I love it a lot. Ease through that. This one here is a little bit deeper, but it doesn't look too bad. Nice. That's not the water crossing. Okay. That's just a puddle. But what we've got is we go up round here, we go up the hill a little bit more, and then we go down, and then it's a hard left turn. Well, it's a hard right turn to start with, and then a hard left turn, and we go steep downhill. So low gear for the downhill bit.
Yeah, okay.
And he made it down that bit, no bother at all, no bother at all. Well done, mate, well done. Wowzers, this is so washed out from the weather we've had. So this is dead easy, all like this, and then we've got the little stream to cross.
That's the one I remember doing it with off the curve.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I nearly came off on it.
Yeah, stay, if you do the line I do, you should be fine. If you go over to the right, it gets a bit slippy. Did you want to go up first? So we're basically backtracking on where we went, so it's up to the top and turn right and then just follow it along. Yeah, you happy? Yeah, all right. Well, Noob made it clean and I had to get my feet down. Awesome. Them Himalayans are proper mountain goats though. They really do sort of climb up anything. Well, so far I would say this is 100% a successful ride for Noob. He's done absolutely fantastic on all the trails that we've done. And yeah, that clamber we've just done is not an easy climb. It's not an easy climb. Let's see how he gets on with this, hopefully. No problems at all. Got through it okay going the other way. There he goes, there he goes. Lovely job, Lee. Awesome. Well done, buddy. Awesome. Well done. Yeah, bud. Did you want to go first on this one? Or do you want me to carry on?
Is it straightforward? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just like I say, just stay out of the rut as best as you can. I mean, if you fall into it, you fall into it, but yeah, just stay out of it best you can. Alright then, so this is the last lane for the day for us. Just heading up to Newlands Corner now, it's at Water Lane. It's hard to see the ruts, which I've told Noob to stay out of because of the leaves and stuff, but here we go. Yeah, big old rut down the left hand side there. Yeah, so it's always worth staying out of that one because it's a bit scrabbly because all the rocks fall into it. But yeah, it's been a fantastic awesome day with Noob. We might not have done 1,000,000 miles, but we've done the majority of the easy trails around a Surrey loop-ish type scenario. Yeah, that rut is mega massive, you really don't want to be in that one. But yeah, Noob's done absolutely fantastic today. Everything we've thrown at him, he is done with a plum, if that's the right word, I'm not sure. But yes, he's done really well for his first day adventure trail riding on his awesome little Himalayan there. I'm very much looking forward to this little stop though. I've been naughty, I've not had any of my water on the trails that we've done so far, so yeah, I'm looking forward to a cup of tea and some calories as well, because I'm a bit peckish now. I didn't have a breakfast at Rikers, whereas Noob had himself a sausage and egg bap, I think, as well as a brew. Yeah, so much of this has got washed out. Woo. Yeah, the ruts have definitely got a little bit bigger due to the massive amounts of rain we've had throughout this summer. But yeah, it's very awesome to play on them once again, my old familiars, even though they don't look quite so familiar. Ooh-wee. But anyway, yes, what a day. Anyway, that is the ride done, everyone. That is the ride done. It's been an absolute pleasure to get out with you, Noob. It was awesome stuff. Do go follow his channel. He's an awesome guy. Got this lovely bike and his Kawasaki as well. But yes, anyway, if you haven't done so already, please do click that subscribe button. If you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up, and if you didn't, you can always give it a little thumbs down. I don't mind at all. But please, whatever you do, drop in a comment. If you've already followed Noob, let me know, and if you don't, let me know that you're going to go and follow him. He's a lovely guy. Anyway, right, I need some calories and some caffeine, so yeah, you ride safe, take care, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Keep that bike rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bike rubber side down.